Okay. I want to emphasize more about the topics regarding hormone system. Okay. So let's review. Let's recap what I have discussed yesterday. So, a hormone is a chemical messenger from a gland. Okay, generally an endocrine gland or endocrine system or any types of glands under endocrine system. Okay, it will enter into the bloodstream where they circulated, and in effect it will go to your target cells to build up and to develop and to promote the growth of your muscles and tissues to keep us healthy. Ganon. So, ano nakakaloka? Kutub ako sa introduction. Sorry, ako ka live. Wako ka, simultaneous. Charot! Simultaneous. Diba sa uy? Diba? Ano man ma-simultaneous, guys? Ito na. Ganon, diba? Okay. So, ganon siya, no? So, thyroid glands are the largest components of the endocrine system because it contains 50 to 25 grams of the total masses of the endocrine system. Okay, guys, and this controls a lot in all the metabolism cycles of our body, whether it is a cardiovascular system, digestive system, central nervous system, respiratory system, reproductive system, circulatory system, like that. Siya ang pinaka-main sa tanang mga hormones. Okay? And the control center will be the hypothalamus, and the last gland will be the pituitary gland. Okay, a lot also of hormones will be manufactured from the pituitary gland. For example, oxytocin. Okay. Oxytocin. Nakakaloka, di ba? Ako na lang dyan siya i-enumerate. Kagahapon, I failed to discuss one by one man. Okay? Okay, para may dala na to ang mga char. Charots. Ito na akong pimple. Hello guys, hello mga palangga, mga FB friends, o mga YT subscribers. Live na live sa June, simultaneous live stream. Oh my gosh. Okay. Kung sa itong kuan, pituitary gland. Oh, napapaloka na lang guys. Char! So, oxytocin. Ako sa enumerate. Oxytocin, okay. I have prolactin, okay. Prolactin, okay. I have also endorphin, okay. Endorphin, okay. If you try to research this also one by one in any reference sources out there, then you can check that also, huh? Okay. For a confirmatory. Okay? Ganon. Confirmatory test. Okay? May ganun talaga. Yes. Number 4, we have the epinephrine. Oh, diba? Epinephrine. What is spelling sa epinephrine, guys? Okay, epinephrine. Number 5, we have glucagon. Charot! Glucagon. Oh, ganon. Number 6, insulin. Okay. Number 7, parathormone. Nakaloka. Parathormone. Okay. Number 8, thyroxine. Okay. Thyroxine and then triiodothyronine. Wow, nakakaloka. Triiodothyronine. Okay, thyromine. No, diba? Number 10, we have melatonin. Okay. Number 11, we have, okay, serotonin. Okay. Number 12, we have the adrenaline. Okay. Adrenaline secreted in the adrenaline gland or adrenals. Okay. Adrenaline from the word itself. It's very clear. Okay. Ganon. Number 13 is cortisol. Nakakaloka. Number 14 is aldosterone. Oh my gosh, I hate drugs. Okay, number 15 is we have also what we call as ghrelin. Diba? Ghrelin. And then we have also lectin. Nakakaloka. Diba guys? Lectin. Number 17, calcitonin. Nakakaloka. Calcitonin. Number 18, dopamine. Okay. Dopamine. Ano pa? Number 19 is norepinephrine. Okay, norepinephrine. Okay? Nephrine. Ganon. Okay? Okay. So, kung ano, ako ang sabi siya 20. Ang sabi ito, ika-20 na ito. So, thyroid hormones. Thyroid is ang kamikita na naman siya thyroid hormones. Parathyroid katong parathormone, di ba? Muna siya mag-start sa taas. Okay? And then, to regulate the melatonin sa sleeping. Okay? Like that. And then, for the appetite, nalapunta, di ba? Okay, nalapunta, guys. So, nalapunta. Okay na! Muna na natin i-discuss. Okay? Muna siya ka natin i-discuss. Napatay mga mga EGH, gano'n. EGH. And then number 21, napagitay ka itong mga calcitonin, calcitriol. Okay? Calcitriol. Dagan mo kayo siya, guys. But kini lang ito i-mention and discuss. Number 22, we have sa katungkuan sa gonad. Charot. Gonad. If the male have a gonad, this term is not familiar, right? The female have an ovary. Okay? The gonad will produce the male sex hormone, the testosterone, and will produce a sperm cell specifically. And the woman have an ovary, it will produce the progesterone or the estrogen and will produce specifically an egg cell. Okay, so egg cell is the opposite for sperm cell. Okay? And then, duha lang ang sex hormones dito. Okay, duha man ilang estrogen o kuan man siya. Estrogen o progesterone sa female. Kaya naman nag-processes ang mga babae, ang menopause, menstrual cycle, ang mga girls, But ang boys, wala may mga anak. Sa boys, puberty stage lang siya. At the age of 12, the hormones will change, the voice will change from male, it will become B. Okay, if the voice of a child is from 6 years old to 11, it's very thin, when it reach 12, mudako ang tingog. Okay, muna ka ng mga bata tagas-kig tingog na lalaki. When they reach the age of 13, they will never sing high pitches anymore because due to puberty stage, that's biological process. And no one is exempted to that. Okay? Take a look of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is, is like that. Super high, the voice really is. He is 11 years old, 10 years old, right? But when he reached puberty stage, after that, his vocal shape or vocal tone changes. He can no longer achieve very high note. Okay, unless he will undergo falsetto changes or mixed voice during his singing capability. He will always use vocal techniques to do that. But pure chest voice and normal voice from the diaphragm could not really hit the thinner pitches and notes. Thinner meaning higher case, just like the woman did. Okay, soprano, something like that, okay? On the BB5 in the musical note. Okay, if you can still remember, K of A, K of B, K of C, K of D, K of F, like that. And there's also double letters K, B5, ganon, G sharp 6, G sharp, ganon. Okay, G5, F6, mga nota-nota na a singer could hit, something like that. Okay, so meron siya ng tabi. Okay, number 22 we have estrogen. Nakakaloka, di ba? Estrogen, okay, progesterone, nakakaloka. Progesterone, okay, testosterone, okay, mga ganun, chuba-chucho, okay, ganon. So 24 na kanila sa Shakuto, guys. And then what I'm doing right now is to give a brief description, not a detail, since I always say this to you that I'm not a doctor. Okay, and then okay, even the doctor cannot memorize everything also regarding hormones because there are billions and trillions of hormones inside our body. Because this type of hormones will also generate another hormone, and the product hormone will also generate another hormone. Though those hormones don't have any more particular name, but still there's another hormone to be produced, just like a chemical reaction. The products will produce another byproduct, the byproducts will also produce another product, like that. Walang katapusan. Until such time mo end na siya ang chemical reaction. Mostly siya ang mga hormones. Okay? Chemical messenger siya, communication sa atong central nervous system o ang brain that composed of katong hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and pineal gland. Ganun siya, di ba? So, ganun siya. Oxytocin, brief lang. Oxytocin is responsible in growing the infant. And if the baby is developing inside the uterus, it will become grow until such a it will go out to the mother's womb. Meaning to say, because of oxytocin hormone. Without oxytocin hormone, this child will die inside the uterus. It will never grow. So that's the biological process through the chemical messenger, oxytocin, during childbirth and lactation. So lactation means lactose. Okay? Di ba? Sugar. Nakakaloka. Okay, and then the chemical messenger also will regulates the reproductive system of a woman. Okay? Meron siya oxytocin. Okay? So that's very familiar. Number 2, I think it's familiar with medical students, right? But for another profession, I think this is not familiar. Prolactin. Prolactin. Usually it is incorporated in the milk brand, something like that. But we can manufacture that kind of milk through the breast feeding of the baby, something like that, because this is a hormone responsible for the production of milk for the women in the breast, and then it will develop the mammary gland of the female, and it will occur there. Okay, the lactation process will occur there. The process is lactation in producing a milk. Okay, because this is the sugar, lactose sugar, something like that. Still lactose sugar, even though that is sugar or a milk produced by the female. Okay, ganoon siya. Okay, guys. Tinama may sugar ang kuan, ang lactose, ang kanina milk, ano siya na sugar. Okay? Like that. Di lang siya tamis, pero muna na siya. Okay? So milk na siya, tinama na yung muna. So breast and milk is driven by prolactin hormone. Okay, ganun. Klaro na. Okay. Endorphin. Sabi ng endorphin, guys, oy? So, most of us don't know, including me before, but through rigorous research and, profound research time given to this, because as I said earlier, I am a YouTube content creator. It's my responsibility to give content day by day in order to develop my channel to be alive most of the times. Okay? Ganon. Okay, so in short, social media influencer. Okay, so endorphin. What is meaning about endorphin? For example, guys, this hormone is very important because there are times in our lives we have failures in life, we will never succeed, we always be defeated, and we cannot get what we want in life, especially if we aim for too high and we cannot meet that one. Especially, for example, I am a licensed chemical engineer and I want to work in a very big companies such as Aramco, and I want to work in the operation, in the laboratory of Saudi Aramco, then you cannot get that because there's so many, so many applicants all over the world to work in Saudi Aramco, right? Because it's very popular all over the world, and salary packaging is very high, something like international, globalized or multi-international company uh, about petroleum, like that, petroleum, sorry, gases like that, okay, oil and gas, and then you cannot achieve that, and you will feel pain, suffering like that because you did not get what you want. You failed to achieve. For example, also, if you are now, if you had taken the board examination and then you failed to pass the engineer's examination registered by the PRC and you lose hope, okay? The role of this endorphin as a hormone, this will signals to your central nervous system, okay? Okay, to the receptors, particular receptor, the hypothalamus, something like that. It will send a message that do not be, do not be in painful, do not be sad, something like that, because this hormone is created to reduce the pain, discomfort, and suffering. Okay, grabe siya function ang endorphin hormone. Okay, if you have a lot of endorphin hormones, you will never discourage easily, even though how many times you are failure in life, because of you have a high level of endorphin hormone. Reduce the pain, suffering, and discomfort, sadness in life. Okay, this is endorphin. Okay, ganon. So what is epinephrine? Charot. Epinephrine, what's this all about? Actually, guys, epinephrine will act also the same as, oh my gosh, this will act also the same as adrenaline. Okay? Actually, the main function for this, guys, is for our heartbeat, something like that, or heart rate. It has to do something with the blood pressure, something like that, or the cardiovascular system. For example, if you always your heart beats always when somebody angry at you, something like that. If you do something mistakes and then somebody discovered that, something like that, they will be afraid and your heart beats too fast. So you have really a very high levels of epinephrine. Okay? So your epinephrine level is too high. It cannot be controlled. So the responsible hormone for that is epinephrine. Okay? Heartbeats, grabe yung kaayo, makulbaan na yun ka, whatever. Okay? Then musaka yung pressure sa dugo, blood pressure. So heart rate, mga anak siya, okay, heartbeat. So this is the purpose of epinephrine hormone. Okay? Like that. And then glucagon, very obvious. The root word is glucose. So this is the hormone that regulates the glucose level in your internal body system. Whatever vital organs receptors are that. Because all vital organs need the glucose. Because this is an energy giving or energy substance in our metabolism in our body. Energy production, usually this glucose all about. That's the main role of glucose, is for energy production. Okay, so it needs a chemical messenger hormone to deliver that properly to all vital organs cell receptor. For example, the liver needs also glucose, or it needs it. The kidney needs it. And the one who will signal and communicate that to the brain, okay, to the hypothalamus, lacking of sugar, this particular vital organ, is the glucagon hormone. So, right? So, it looks like a media personality. It looks like a reporter. It looks like communication. You always convey a message, a valuable message to get things done, to function properly. Something like that, okay? So it's really substantial, insignificant. This is a messenger, but the message is always significant, substantial, and relevant, important, and essential. Name it. Ganon. There's no bad. Okay? Because this hormone will not signals for bad. It's always the necessary things to act. Okay? Ganon. Okay? Kay, may bawal man po na nimo kung sobra na sa kaayo. Kaya siya nang sa ingon na, let it slow down. Ganon, ingon na sa niya si brain. Okay? Central nervous system. Ang partner man si central nervous system sa endocrine system. And then si immune system, magpaabot rin mo siya, immune system. Naman tayo ngayon nga na, di ba? O review. Immune system, circulatory system, cardiovascular system, respiratory system, central nervous system, endocrine system, excretory system, reproductive system, mga ganon-ganon. Okay? Nine parts of internal organ system inside our body. Okay? 9. Right? Okay. Nahitabo lang. Okay. Hello, guys.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Nahitabo lang na si endocrine system
The
is
Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Is our communicator or our spokesperson. Something like that. Okay? For all the functions inside our body, chemical reaction, physiology, needs it. Okay? Mga trabaho ni glucagon ha. So si glucagon, partner po siya ni kay blood, paano siya? Blood sugar. Glucose in the blood, regulated by blood sugar man siya. Si insulin. Right? So si insulin will always ask for glucagon, to ask more for glucose because that is the blood sugar need in the bloodstream for glucose metabolism. Like that, to avoid type 2 diabetes. So that our insulin hormone will increase. Something like that. Okay? Muna siya yung hitabo. You got the point? So muna siya adrenaline gland responsible for that also. For the, for the hormones. It will secrete there in the adrenaline gland. Okay? And then after it will be secreted, okay, so the others also will be benefited, such as the electrolytes, gano'n siya. And also the catecholamine. Napalito yung catecholamine na hormone. So nakalimutan ako si catecholamine. Nakakaloka? Catecholamine. Ang hirap. Catecholamine. O diba? Hormone sandak siya. Okay? So, mosa na siya kan mga stress hormones, di ba? Kung ma-stress ta, okay, kani si catecholamine, og si kuan, si catecholamine og si kuan, si cortisol. Maguyog ni sila nga ilang sumpaon ang stress hormone. So, dili na ka mag-uul, dili na ka ma-stress because you have enough level of cortisol hormone and catecholamine. Kasi cortisol, technically, under naman siya ng catecholamine. Di ba? Ganun. Okay. So insulin. So the more we have higher levels of insulin, so the more good for our blood glucose regulation. Okay. So it will be happening in the pancreas. Okay. The function will be happening in the pancreas, guys, for the glucose metabolism, fats metabolism, and protein metabolism. But it will be secreted in the adrenaline gland. Okay. Because the pancreas will never secrete hormones. Okay, it will just accept, okay, throw, accept, like that, receiver, okay, like that. So, but the one who will secrete is the endocrine system, particularly this adrenaline gland. Okay, kasi kung mo sa adrenaline gland o sa pancreas. Okay, ang pancreas more siya ang regulation. Regulation of the glucose metabolism, fats metabolism, and protein metabolism, which is also dependent with the insulin hormone level. Okay, ganun siya sa sugar. And then, after na, nag-partner si glucagon o si insulin sa mga requirement. That is the necessary requirement for that particular metabolism na will be happening in the pancreas. Something like that. Pero ang mag-secrete sa hormone, actually the meaning of secrete is discharge. To discharge hormone, to secrete hormone, to generate hormone, to produce hormone. That's the definition. Okay? It doesn't say it will receive. It will accept. Diba? Different siya kung mo hatag ka. Mora siyang trabaho sa secret. Okay? Ang nakakuha sa secret, siya ang mabuhat, siya ang mahatag. Okay? They will manufacture they will also manufacture and create. At the same time, they will be the one to discharge or give it off or release, generate, propagate, produce, give, what else? Supply. That's the synonymous terms. Okay, for the secret. Secrete, and then it will become secretion kay process ng siya. Secretion. Basta process din mag-English yung ION. Evaporation, condensation, sublimation. So that is already the act or a process for a certain, activity or task or operation. It happens here, it's the anatomy structures will do the process and the operation, the task and the activity, something like that. So that will become a process already. So meaning to say it's a multiple set of activities, tasks, something like that. Okay? So that's the definition of a process. Regardless if it is a chemical process or a physical process. As long as you say process. Okay? Kaya man siya type, physical or chemical. Okay? Nakakuha naman siya. Okay. Now, we have parathormone. Ano na tayong nakakaloka. Okay. Si parathormone, this is the type of hormone na act siya sa kidney, intestine, and sa bone. Grabe dito sa bone, guys. Ikato man na siyang mga regulates the loss and the gain of vitamin D, right? Para sa absorption sa calcium, phosphates, phosphorus, chupa-chucho, calcium. Okay nga, ang kaning kidney, guys, vitamin D sa siya, vitamin D hydroxylation process, right? Ako na nang didiscuss sa vitamin D process, right? Na ano kailangan nato, 15 milligrams per day, para kompleto ang vitamin D, exposed to the ultraviolet rays of the sun, from cholesterol converted to vitamin D through light energy. Muna siya ang process. That's why mo gawas ng anong singot, so i-convert na siya vitamin D. Dili na inggot masabot nga vitamin D, dito suda yun ninyo, na siya process. Before the vitamin D will be converted to a vitamin D without subscript, D3 man, vitamin D3, okay, ni pasok sa imong epidermis. Epidermis is the outer layer of your skin. Mana siya biological term sa epidermis, outer layer of your skin composed of so many pores. P-O-R-E-S. At tumupasok sa pores. Okay, and ultraviolet rays of the sun. And after that, because of high temperature developed in the skin normally, it will be heated up, something like that, and sweat will be coming there. So if the sweat comes out, I mean to say, the cholesterol is decomposing. So after decomposing the evidence through our visual eyes, so that means the cholesterol is converting that to vitamin D process. Okay na mo na siya mo trigger sa mga calcium absorption, ganun, phosphorus absorption sa atong bone health. Okay? So mo na siya. Okay. So gamit ang vitamin D. Okay. Mo useless man si calcium o si phosphorus without vitamin D. Okay? Mo bitaw si vitamin D is also known as calciferol from the word calcium. Okay, calciferol. Ilagyan kayo na sila, calcitriol, calcitiol, ergocalciferol. Ganon. Cholecalciferol. So, ganoon kayo na siya pangalan, chuba-chucho. Vitamin D2, vitamin D3. Name it, or calcitonin. But the hormone found in calcium is calcitonin. Ako rin siya ginaunang, like ko na calcitonin na lang. Sige lang. Parathormone. Manaang sa parathormone. Okay? Sa intestine food, guys, kanang yung kuan, yung rigidity of the cell membrane. Guys, flexible ang our structures or textures of our intestines are very, like slippery and flexible, but it's rigid. Okay, that's very sensitive to sharp object, especially if we eat foods that are very, solid. Na mga sharp pointed na mga bone. For example, the bone of a fish, it will go there, it will be wounded, the outer layer of your intestine. And then, if you will just ignore it, and then blood will come out, and then you don't have enough levels of white blood cells, antigen and antibodies, flavonoids, then problem or vitamin C for the infectious diseases to come in. So kung infected siya, and then later by later, after 1 year, after 2 years, wala kayo gibuhat kasi nawara po. So that will become a chronic disease known as a colon cancer. Okay? So be careful na cancer of dira-ara. Okay? So you should report to the doctor. Anyway, you should feel that abdominal pain suffering, ganun. So if you have a lot of hormones in that intestine, may functions parathormone. So hinihinay po siyang tabang. This parathormone, as a chemical messenger, chemical substances, will also help. Okay? Will also help these white blood cells, antigen, antibodies, mo man mga function. Okay, technically, mo-organize lang, mag-swanid persa. Okay, to fight any microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, gano'n, chupa-chuchu. Okay? Ato na sila makafocus sa adipocytes. Adipocytes meaning that is a cell intended there sa atong mga fats. Kaya mo na ang major component sa atong intestine, ang fats, sa outer layer. Okay? Outer layer of the cell membrane, naman yung mga fats, chupa-chuchu. Kaya kung wala igong fats, masama diretso. Okay? So, mo rigid siya, flexible, mas slippery. Now, kung nasama dyan siya, grabe dyan ka, nitoon ka og mga, you never digest the covering of the crab, what else? The shell of an egg, what else? Kanang mga gahi ng mga food, na imura dito kanon, what else? The bone of a fish, the lobster. So, dagang kayong mga tinik ba? Di mo siya ma-digest, hindi mo di-swallow diretso, matipahan ng inyong colon. Okay? Intestines. Now, kung strong ang inyong hormones, musend siya message to the brain. Okay? And after that, signal din sa siya mga nutrients, vitamins, o swanid persa. And then it will heal. Okay? Kung man mga infectious diseases man ang ikuan sa mga vitamin C, gano'n. So, si vitamin C will not work alone. He has support team. Number 1, antibodies, the Y-shaped protein, antigen, okay? The antioxidants, the flavonoids, something like that. Okay? Now, C flavonoids will go to antioxidants to destroy the free radicals. The free radicals are the outlets of the bacteria and the viruses. So if there's no outlet or a place for these viruses and bacteria to occur, there will be no chronic diseases or whatever diseases needed. Okay, wala man sila outlet, di na sila ka-stay. You get the point? You will just be vanishing immediately for the very, very first time. Kasi kita magaling kung watay kapitan, di na ka mo sarili. Okay, di na ka kakagwantay. Anak saan? Okay? Hindi ta katog. Watay habitat. We cannot sleep properly if we don't have a place to sleep, a place to work. Ganon. Ganon po ang mga microorganisms. Okay? You get the point? Ganon man yung patyo nila. Okay? Aside na i-trap ni phagocytes is one type of leukocytes. The white blood cells. Si phagocytes, iyang i-trap ang mga microorganisms. Pag human yung trap, kaya bisan man tuog wala na siya yung free radicals, napamagapon siya dito, di ba? Before siya mo gawas, okay? Kaya wala lagi siya free radicals na kapuyan sa imong lawas. Napamagapon siya dito, before siya mo gawas, patyon siya ni phagocytes. Okay? A specific white blood cells to trap and to kill microorganisms along with a support team. Nakatong giingon, Y-shaped protein, antibodies, flavonoids, ganon, antioxidants, and of course, the presence of vitamin C. Okay? Kasi vitamin C, taas man siya inflammatory functions. Meaning to say, inflammatory functions, iyang i-control ang mga wound, naglit siya dali masamad ang role sa vitamin C. Okay, you get the point. so that it will not create inflammation, meaning to say, mabunog or mamaga. Okay, so si vitamin C yan ang i-fight, dili siya may ana. So in that case, there will be no tetanus will be happening internally. Okay? Kabantay ka ng mga tetanus, gano'n. So if taas ang level sa vitamin C, di mo na siya may tabo. Okay? And then with the proper hygiene, putting it with water, with soap, like that, alcohol, antiseptic mga alcohol. Antiseptic meaning antibacterial, something like that. Or antifungal. Okay, something. So muna siya, liquid siya mo tetanus. Okay? You get the point? O muna siya sa parklay, kaya nag-aagtan. Okay, may para hormone. Okay, sa bone mo, nag-happen siya guys. Sa mga bone growth, ang mga parathormone, ha? Usa ni siya kapamili sa parathyroid gland. Sa luyo ni siya sa kuan, thyroid gland. Okay, may upat ka spots niya. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are parathyroid gland produces parathormone, which is responsible for the regulation of the hormones in the kidney, intestine, and in your bone. Ganon. Okay. So, thyroxine. O, ganon. Nanatami thyroxine. Si thyroxine sa guys, ang isang trabaho niya, iodine. Why we need iodine? In order, guys, we could not develop any goiter in our throat or any cyst in our vital organs. We have different vital organs. If the cyst will appear and then it will become uncontrollable, it will become a tumor. Tumor, T-U-M-O-R. And then if it is again not controllable, it will become a cancer. Okay? Last ang cancer. But that cancers also have stages. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4 also. Okay? But before cancer will come, it will start first as a cyst, as a tumor. But the cyst or a tumor, sometimes we can categorize that as a benign, B-E-N-I-G-N, benign lang siya, like that or not. So, imo pa na siya i-classify. As long as, kung ano pa na siya, cyst or tumor, benign lang, parang ganon, chuba-chuchu, okay? Dagan siya mga classification dito makikita sa mga extreme chuba-chuchu, mga diseases. Okay, ganon. So, iodine. I-regulate na to ang iodine sa thyroid gland. Okay? So, muna siya ang hormone to regulate iodine level in our goiter, in our thyroid gland. Muna siya ang, okay, thyroxine. Si thyroxine, 43% yung ginakontrol. But si triiodothyronine, 7% lang siya. Okay, so silang duha ang magsabot-sabot. They will be the one to partnership with the regulation of the iodine synthesis in our thyroid gland. Okay, now if the question in the physiology will say, what is the disease or a syndrome or a disorder known of lack of iodine or iodine deficiency? Your answer will be goiter. Okay. You get the point. So you have to inject or to intake more iodine level substance, something like that. And remember, we need to do that because as I mentioned earlier, thyroid gland is the major gland in the endocrine system that comprises all types of metabolism in our body. Then if there's no iodine for him, how can he perform his task to regulate all types of metabolism in our body? As I told you, fats metabolism, protein metabolism, okay? Cardiovascular system, central nervous system, respiratory, si thyroid gland na siya na, main function. Okay, iba ko siya na components endocrine. So, we need also iodine, something. How can we get this iodine? Okay? Of course, natin mga salt intake. Okay, like that. Or we can get that by food or food supplements or vitamins. Like that. Basta nagan kang sources ang iodine. Okay? Mong yung kusol, kinamay iodine. So, iodine is being injected to the NaCl so that iodine will be there. The primary purpose is to increase the iodine level of the human body. And also to refine the salt, because the salt is a little bit bigger compared to the iodized salt, of course. Okay? Nakakaloka basta mga refined, finer din siya, F-I-N-E. Okay? Just like, salt cruise, white sugar, refined sugar, and sugar cane. Okay? Or table sugar. Okay? Like that na naman na siya. Number 10, ang sikat kaayo sa kanan, kato sa mga insomnia, melatonin. Okay? Dili katulog og sayo. Bisag wa ka puya. So, your level of melatonin hormone is very less. Okay? So, you have lack of melatonin. How can you do that? Again, food supplements, multivitamins, like that. Okay? And then you will keep on eating, as what I research, it's not really that research by yourself also, okay? This is through eating, chocolates, really, dark chocolates specifically, dark chocolates, turkey, T-U-R-K-E, just like a chicken, like that, and then milk. Really, these three foods can increase the level of your melatonin because at first, the tryptophan is an amino acid derivative, will be converted later to melatonin. Okay, and the melatonin is a hormone that regulates the sleep cycle of living organism, including the human being or the people. Not limited to humans, for animals also. So melatonin. Okay guys? Okay, melatonin is a hormone to control your sleep cycle, wake cycle, something like that. Okay? So if you have lesser level of melatonin, you will develop insomnia. Okay, you can never sleep easily. Okay? Even if you drink coffee. Even if you will not drink coffee. Okay? Nga kay ang coffee medyo pasalilan permi na di mo katulog o kaning mga soft drinks, right? But actually you have less level of melatonin. Okay, ganon. Okay? So, mayroon na lang milk, right? Because milk rich also in vitamin D and calcium and phosphorus. Una po siya melatonin. Di ba? Nakakalawa. Okay? Number 11. And avocado po di ay guys, sorry. If you will eat avocado, wala avocado dali, uy. So, it can lead you to sleep earlier. Grabe no? Oh, avocado. I don't think so. But it's being, discussed to the content I've read sa Harvard University Public School of Health. Okay? Muna siya. And then, serotonin. Oh my gosh, nakakaloka ito. Okay, for example, you are very happy today. Ganon. And then, this is really the hormone of, satisfaction, rewards, like that, comfort, like that, happiness, success. So this is serotonin. Okay? The function of the chemical messenger serotonin, it leads you to be happy, achieved, satisfied, and fulfilled for certain things. You feel as if you are rewarded all the time. You will never discourage. You will never be depressed, like that. Okay, but if you have a less level of this serotonin, you will be also depressed, sad, discouraged, like that. Okay, you get the point? So, you need to have high level of serotonin hormone in order for you to become happy, satisfied, fulfilled, and keep rewarding all the time, even though there's no reason to be rewarded. Just only a feeling. So, meaning to say, serotonin works properly as a chemical messenger hormone to your circulatory system is working properly. So, that's the role of serotonin hormone. Ganon. Diba? Number 12. It's gonna be adrenaline. Sikat kayo siya adrenaline. Okay? Adrenaline, this also leads you to a hormone that will dictate you to eat too much sweet food. Like that. Or sweet beverages, sweet drinks, like that. Because this is always linked with, higher level of blood sugar. And faster, weaker glucose metabolism. Okay? Okay, the more it will become metabolized, the more it has less sugar. Okay, right? So, magka-more ka og sugar, magsika kaon. Right? So, ang adrenaline hormone ang responsible for that. If you crave almost second to second, minute to minute, day by day, you want to drink Pepsi, drink cola, halo, chocolates, like that, milk tea, or any kind of sweet food. So your levels of adrenaline hormone, like that, is too high, like that. Okay, you can control that because it has to do something also to control your blood pressure. Okay, glucose metabolism and your heartbeat, heart rate. Okay, will be in normal function because too much adrenaline level, your heart rate is becoming or turning to be abnormal. Too much beat in your heart, even if there's no reason. Your heart beats too fast. Okay, so di ba? So that's already abnormal if you heart beats too fast without any reason. Okay, so meaning that's the presence of too much high adrenaline hormone. Labi na dili ka makulbaan. Even though the situation is not too very complex, nobody threat, not threat, but shout out ano yan guys. You, okay, like that. And then, look ka na, yung dugan, tug. Then sa taas ang level of adrenaline. Okay? Okay? A hormone that will control sa may ana nga mga situation. Okay? Blood glucose metabolism in the bloodstream. Okay, glucose or blood sugar in the bloodstream, heart rate, heartbeat, blood pressure, ganon. Yeah, kasi ganon magbubuka ng mga tamis, medyo kasi ganon mo develop ng mga cardiovascular diseases, mga type 2 diabetes, linked with glucose blood sugar. Na, mutaas si adrenaline hormone for that. Expecting the June. Okay? Like that. Suwas-suwasan na to si adrenaline hormone. Okay? Number 13 is, cortisol. Nakakaloka. Cortisol is a stress hormone. Okay? If you have a higher level of cortisol, we need to say, dili ka makuan, ma-stress. Okay? Something like that. Okay, so dapat imong cortisol sa kuhon na mo. Cortisol hormone must be in adequate level. Stress hormone man siya. Okay, stress. Okay, so dili ka ma-stress sa hinungdan, pero pagharga na. So meaning to say, you have a higher level of cortisol. Okay, you get the point. So it will induce stresses a lot in yourself if you have a higher level of cortisol. Okay, it looks like an alcohol, right? Because it ends with OL, but this is not an alcohol. Okay? So aldosterone. Aldosterone, hindi ba aldosterone, guys? Okay. Aldosterone has a very good function. This is also a hormone secreted in the adrenaline gland. Actually, this aldosterone, cortisol, adrenaline, epinephrine, norepinephrine, and catecholamine are secreted in the adrenaline glands. Okay? And the function of this aldosterone, guys, is very important because he will maintain the balance of your fluid and mineral intake of your body. Okay? So the kayo to balance the mineral and fluid intake of your body. And this is also a type of hormone that will recognize the stress and infection. Okay? Dali lang niya ma-recognize ang stress o ang infection. Diba? At least nakatabang siya, kung na-infection mo, this hormone will signal you into the brain. You have this infection, then go to the doctor. Diba? Di ganon. Then, you have a stress, then fight it. Be happy. Ganon. So, that means you have, the cortisol now is very, cortisol ba ito siya? Aldosterone. Aldosterone is very important, right? I-acknowledge ang stress o ang infection, and then also maintain the mineral and fluid balance in your body for different metabolisms. Okay, in our body, sa mga vital organs. Yan ang trabaho ni aldosterone. Okay, asa ka na kala sa church. Okay, si glycerin. Nakakaloy ko si glycerin. Diba? Okay, si glycerin, if you have a higher level of glycerin, meaning to say you have a very high appetite. Okay, it will boost or enhance your appetite, something like that. Okay, pirmi ka ganun mo kaon, ganon, ganahan ka pirmi mo kanta, ganahan ka pirmi mo buhat og report, you want all the time to, you have the willingness to make every time you report, you want every time to sing, you want to eat always, your appetite in anything, not only limited to the food or drink, your appetite in anything is always active. So meaning to say, you have a high level of ghrelin, and this is not also good. Sometimes it's too much high because for example, if I will have a higher appetite in eating too much carbohydrates, food, or fatty foods, I will become obese if I will never control. Right? So ghrelin should be controlled. Because this is an increase of the appetite or boost the appetite. Unless you are sick, you need the appetite to be boosted. Okay? Because you want to eat to become strong, to become healthy. What if you are not in the sick mode, or natural only? Okay, so problem also right. Okay, you get the point. So, muna yung may tabo. Okay? Si ghrelin. And then si leptin is the reverse. It's an appetite suppressor. Suppress meaning to stop, to block, to reduce, dwindle, to elevate, to curtail, or to reduce, something like that, minimize. What else? Name it. So those are synonyms in English vocabulary. Okay? Something like that. So to suppress. Okay? To stop or to interfere. Ganun siya. Because once it's being stopped, normally it will be reduced. Okay? Like that, something like that. Okay, so appetite suppressor. So meaning to say you don't like to eat anymore, you don't like to sing anymore. So it's also bad if you have high levels of this. Because the more it will suppress your happiness. Okay, so this is the result of those persons that are very, very thin, Thin, the very, very weak, like that, a sign that their leptin is very, very high. Okay? So they need also ghrelin to stabilize that one, to increase their appetite. You get the point? So leptin, ano na siya, appetite suppressor. And then the ghrelin is the appetite booster or enhancer. Okay? Or increase the appetite and decrease the appetite. Okay, so reverse lang din ha. So if you are fat, obese, like that, your ghrelin is too much high. If you are not a fat, thin, Thin, okay, slim, you are having a very high leptin hormone. You get the point? Oh, wala siya natabo. Okay. Calcitonin is a hormone that will regulate the absorption and the reverse of absorption is synthesis of calcium for your bone health to avoid rickets for children disease, osteomalacia and osteoporosis. Osteomalacia is the softening of the bone. Osteoporosis is the weakening of the bone, then baden, it will break. Oh, bend, and then after that, it will dislocated to the joints, to the ligaments, to the tendons, like that, and then baden, it will be broken after it is being weakened. So that's osteoporosis, deficiency of calcium. So you need also chemical messenger calcitonin to partner with the good calcium absorption and calcium regulation. Something like that. That will be done in your parathyroid gland. Something like that. Okay? O, klaro siya, di ba? Okay. Dopamine. O, nakakaloka. Dopamine is regulating your mood. You are always in mood. Not necessarily in eating like this. Mood only. You don't like to do this. Ay, kapit ko eh. Diba? So, mood. It will regulate your mood. So, the more you have high level of dopamine, meaning you are always in good mood. Okay? So, need sa dopamine rise because if you are in good mood, then you can do things in success, or you can deliver a good results of your work because you are always in a good mood. Okay, you're always positive. So that's the role of the dopamine hormone, or the a chemical messenger hormone that will signal solution to our nervous system, specifically in the hypothalamus. Okay. Now, norepinephrine. Norepinephrine and epinephrine has a similar functions. Okay? But the more common is the epinephrine in a stabilized form. The more this epinephrine will not be stable, the norepinephrine will appear, but basically it has the same function. Okay? Like that's for the heart rate, a hormone that will control your heart rate, cardiovascular system, and regulation of the blood pressure. Okay? Ganon. O, ganon. So we have calcitriol. Calcitriol actually, hindi siya alcohol because it ends with OL. Okay, because normally in organic chemistry, chemicals ends in OL are family alcohol. But this is not an alcohol family. But sometimes, even if it is belong to the alcohol family, but not behaving as an alcohol in function, only the in a family. Okay, you get my point? Like that. Okay, for example, if your family is a family of athletics, this is the only guy in the family that is not an athletic, is a senior. Things like that, but they are the same family. You get the point? Most na siya. Cholesterol, di ba? Cholesterol, and then propanol, methanol, ethanol, okay? Glycerol, right? So these are alcohol family, but not necessarily mean they will behave and function as an alcohol. But majority, of course, will function as an alcohol, just like a family. If you're a family of teachers, most of you are teachers, but not others are not also teachers there. There are two that are not engineers, like that. Same thing story as that, family only. You get the point? Muna siya ang analogy to have a comparison in discussion. Okay, like that. That is calcitriol. Kaya mga calcitriol, cortisol, na yung mga ulan sa katapusan. Charot. Okay? Paracetamol has no connection ha. Paracetamol and Panadol. Though it will end with OL, it doesn't relate. It doesn't link to alcohol family. You get the point? Like that. Okay? Alcohol family din na siya sa Sotero kay OL man exact to that because it is more on pharmaceutical products. Get the point? Like that. Panadol and paracetamol, di ba? Okay? Ganon. Okay. Now, estrogen, very easy. Estrogen is a female sex hormone. Okay? Progesterone is also a female sex hormone. So it should be balanced, the progesterone and estrogen, so that the woman will produce an egg, okay, during sexual intercourse. Okay, 24 is the testosterone, is the male sex hormone, and it will produce also a sperm cell. Okay, like that. Regardless of sexual intercourse or not. Okay. 25, catecholamine, muna na siya tapos adrenaline gland, muna siya sa stress hormone. Regulating sa stress hormone po, the same with cortisol. As you can observe, there are a lot of them have similarities in function. Okay? Bro, pasok siya sa banga. Okay, but you should also think, oh, okay, ganon. The questions related to this in science examination in the future, they will give a lot of choices and then they will just say, which of the following? Ganon. And then in letter E, they will say, all of the above and then none of the above. Okay, for example, which of the following hormones are secreted in the adrenal gland? A, oxytocin, B, adrenaline, C, cortisol, D, aldosterone, ganon, di ba? And E, none of the above. Ganon. Example only. Okay? Now, which of the following, which of the following is an hormone extracted in the pituitary gland? A, oxytocin, ganon. B, adrenaline. C, calcitonin, ganon, di ba? C, calcitonin, calcitriol. D, aldosterone. E, leptin. The answer will be oxytocin. sa pyrethroid gland. Nakakaloka. O diba? Ano ka rin yung pag-question? Yun yung grabe hindi ka kuti-kuti na question. Okay? That's the point. Imagine yung naman per the chemical messenger excreted in the endocrine gland or endocrine system, in which enters into the bloodstream where they circulated and batten, they will exert forces to go to the target receptor cells of the vital organs so that the tissues and muscles of your cells will become strong to keep us healthy and to give us a strong immune system. Muna siya definition sa hormone. Okay? Like that. So more siya on collaboration. Collaboration sa central nervous system. Dili siya, it's not really a stand-alone physiological function. It's more on collaboration. Okay, because a lot also of vital organs, they have their own stand-alone function. But this endocrine system dependent to the central nervous system and the glands. So, mo na siya only different, siya dili siya stand-alone. Okay? You get the point? Mo depend siya ba? Always in collaboration with other physiological functions in our anatomy structures inside our body. Okay? So, ganon. Okay, ako na na-specify yung mga hormones, right? Okay. Ganon. Naku, nakakaloka. Si Dudong. Okay. Okay. O, diba? Now, explain define what is pandemic, epidemic, nakakaloka. What is pandemic, epidemic, and endemic? Wow. And now, differentiate that one. Okay, thank you so much for watching this live streaming. Actually, nagplan ko simultaneous, but it's not happening. It's only YT live streaming. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. You can click down the notification bell if you want and subscribe to my channel. Again, this is again your YouTube content creator, social media influencer. I am a singer, it's your voice. God bless everybody. See you later.